Hey you! You're that new Proxy from the internets, right? Hey, welcome to new Eridu Proxy. I want to talk about our business venture, but as you can see, there is a security boo right over there. It's not good for business if public security gets wind of our conversation. I know someplace quiet, so let's talk there. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Haishen, and from now on, I will act as your info broker. As you already know, my job is to make sure that you survive your first month as a proxy and explain everything you needed to know about new Eridu. This job can get dangerous at times, so please bear with me. And remember, not everyone is as open minded as us when it comes to this business. So don't tell anyone that you're a proxy. And I mean anyone. Not even your best friend, and not even your family. By the way, you see that giant dome behind me? That's a hollow. When there is a hollow, there is treasure ready to be plundered. By you, obviously. While it's unfortunate that you cannot enter it due to your lack of ether aptitude, fortunately, we can use some Bangboos and hire some agents to do the job for you. So, for our first meeting, let us discuss about the agents we're going to hire. I'm going to start with our agent stats. I will skip the familiar ones and will only explain the unfamiliar ones to you. For the first one, we have Impact. Based on the explanation here, attacking enemies increases their days. A higher impact stat allows more days to accumulate with each attack. Did you see the enemy's bar? There's HP, and the other one below is their days. The higher the impact is, the more days you can accumulate onto your enemies. You can achieve this by simply attacking. Once their days bar is full, they'll be stunned momentarily, receive more damage, and refresh your agent's parry attempts. Technically, it is an assist skill, but parry is an easier term. Once stunned, look at the days bar. If it's flashing, your agents need to do a skill attack, or heavy attack, or counter attack to trigger a chain attack. And here's some fun trivia for you. Boss and elite enemy have 3 stagger chances, and this allows you to do a full team chain attack. And remember to trigger the Bangboo follow-up attack if you have any, because it's a free real estate. How do you know if they're elite or not? If they are big and have a special bar at the corner of your screen, you can bet that they're an elite enemy. As for the next one, we have Penetration. Penetration is just a fancy way of saying ignoring enemies' defense. Penetration ratio is the same, but instead of flat numbers, it uses percentage. Energy regen is the energy you passively generate for the agent's X skill simply by existing. Energy generation rate increases your passive energy regen and the energy you gain when attacking enemy. And finally, we have Anomaly Mastery. Anomaly is this little icon. Anomaly Mastery is just a fancy way of saying status effect build up. The more Anomaly Mastery you have, the faster you build up status effects against enemies. You can track the build up on the right side of the enemy's bar. Not to be confused with Anomaly Proficiency, which is the damage calculation when inflicting the status effect. So far, we have 5 anomalies to understand. For the first one, we have Fire. Fire inflict burn, which means deals continuous fire damage. Organic enemies are unable to move while being burned alive. Organic and corrupted enemies are weak against fire. Next, we have Electric. Electric causes shock, which triggers additional electric damage and interrupts enemy actions. Machine enemies are unable to move while being shocked. Machines obviously are weak against electric. As for the next one, we have Ice. Ice has 2 status effects triggered at the same time. The first one is Freeze, prevents taking action for a certain period of time with Shatter that deals ice damage at the end of the effect. And the second one is Frostbite. Increases the crit damage taken by the target for a period of time. Mutants are weak against ice. Physical. Physical will inflict assault to your enemy. Assault will interrupt the enemy, deals massive physical damage, and causes flinch, which increases the days inflicted on the target. And finally, we have Ether. Ether causes corruption, which causes additional ether damage when attacked. Corrupted ethereal enemies will also attack both friend and foe when inflicted with corruption. If you've been listening, I'm pretty sure you already know what is weak against Ether. Your agents can also combine two different statuses to trigger another effect called Distortion. It causes more damage based on the two original statuses and also accumulates extra days. To achieve this, you must at least have two different anomalies in a single team, and a Bangboo that can support status build-up. When your agents are attacking the enemy, but the numbers become gray, that means they are strong against the agent's anomaly. Since you are a new proxy, simply ignore them and tell the agents to keep punching any opposition. However, once your internal level is high enough, you might want to check the compatible anomaly before entering any dangerous hollow. Each agent has different anomalies, but they also have very specific roles. Attack is very good as the main damage dealer. Stun is very good at accumulating more days. Support is very good at buffing and can act as an off-fielder. Defense is very good at creating shield and have their own counter-attack skill. Anomaly is very good at accumulating status build-up. There is also another skill that you must look at. It's called Assist Mechanic, and there is two of them. The first one is Defensive Assist, which allows you to parry melee attacks and accumulate more days when parrying. And the second one is Evasive Assist, which allows you to evade melee and ranged attack while also triggering bullet time effect when done correctly. Right, we understand all the basics, but how do we build our agents? Since you're a new proxy, my suggestion is to find 3 agents you like, put them into a single team, and raise only them for the time being. Trust me, it'll be less of a hassle to farm in the beginning of your career. And if you are persistent on building 2 teams, then you're just like me. What you must know is that resources will diminish faster than you can say. The quick proxy jumps over the lazy hollow raider, because that's 1,000 of Dennis investment right there. We are talking about our agents, levels, core skill level, skills, W engines, and discs. Oh, and some Bangboo's material. And oh boy, there is a lot of materials you need to farm. But before you start farming, consider going to the coffee shop on 6th Street or Lumina Square. You can purchase a coffee that gives you bonuses for a single challenge card and 60 energy. Remember, it's only applicable to a single card. Unfortunately, you can only drink once per day. Tin Master will also update the menu with different flavors every day. So always visit the coffee shop and pick the flavor you enjoy the most or you need it the most. Once you finish your coffee, go visit the H.I.A club where you'll meet Berta and Lila. Berta can help you with materials you need to raise your agent's levels, skills, W engine upgrades, and basic materials. If you want multiple items in a single farm, you can create your own custom deck and choose which materials you need. The custom deck is definitely the most efficient way to farm, so always pick the custom deck. And Lila can help you with materials you needed to level up your agent's core skill level. As for a disc and the higher core skill materials, you need to go to Scout Outpost. Once your internal level is high enough, I will call my inside man to let you in. Once inside, you'll need to find 2 very specific individuals. The first one is Roland. Roland can supply you with disc. Disc can be used to raise your agent stats. He have a lot of disc, So make sure you read the description before you farm them for your agents. And here's an extra tip for you, Proxy. Don't farm too much until you reach Internet level 35 or above, because the S-tier disc only appears during that level. And there is also Ophelia, where she will send you to defeat dangerous ethereal that you can only challenge 3 times per week. By the way, you can challenge them for free. The materials dropped are to raise higher core skill levels, and she'll also give you W engine chips as another reward. If you have W engine chips, you can spend them at the gadget store on 6th Street. Since the chips are rare, you should only trade them for A rank W engine. You can ignore the B ones since you're going to get a lot of them when searching for agents. If you have a lot of unused discs, why don't you visit the music store on 6th Street and recycle them? Ilfi can tune them into multiple specific discs of your choice. Now, before you start tuning, you can choose the specific numbers and learn what main stats you can get from each one of them. For number 1, 2, and 3, they give flat stats like HP, attack, and defense, while number 4, 5, and 6 offer more flavors. Here's what you might looking for. For disc number 4, you might want to have base ratio, crit rate, crit damage, or anomaly proficiency. As for disc 5, base ratio, penetration ratio, or anomalies damage bonus. As for disc 6, you might want base ratio, anomaly mastery, impact, or energy regain. Once you've done everything, go visit 141 on 6th Street or Lumina Square. There, you'll meet the trio Bangboos and can purchase some materials with Dennis. They'll sell different materials that vary each week, so don't forget to visit them once they restock. After your agents are all set, it's time to visit the remodeling shop to modify and upgrade your Bangboos so they can assist your agents in combat. As for Bangboo Materials, you can purchase some of them from 141, but primarily, you'll want to undertake multiple Hollow Zero expeditions to obtain more. The higher the danger, the more Bangboo Materials you'll get. You will also receive some investigation merits that you can trade with Casper. He's standing right outside the tent and hard to miss. Alright, Proxy. I've explained all the basic necessities for your first Hollow expedition. Unfortunately, I have another client to attend to, so we'll leave our conversation here for today. In our next meeting, I'm going to explain how to utilize your agents during combat, so that you can explore the deeper regions of Hollow Zero with ease. Oh, and sometimes, but not always, your internet level will just get stuck. So it's a good time to relax and explore what new Eridu has to offer. Helping random people might not be a part of the Proxy's job description, but if they give you some rewards and Dennis for your help, there is no reason not to help them. You can also hang out with the agents you hired and get to know them better. As they say, the more you know your agents, the more you'll gain their trust. Okay, it's time for me to go now. Remember, Proxy, stay safe and stay vigilant. Until our next meeting.